Good morning and welcome back to another daily market outlook where I'm going to discuss all the major dollar pairs and gold. To start this week off, last week what happened is that we came back into the open demand zone that was situated over here. We got some price action on the 4-hour, where last week I thought that from here on we could already continue up higher in towards this supply zone. But last Friday we swiped the lows one more time, and now we got our 4-hour break in towards the upside over here. So let's wait what will happen. Preferably what we will see from DXY is that we push down lower in towards this zone over here and then continue up in towards the highs. That way we can catch some nice moves on the dollar pairs. Preferably shorts, entering shorts, but with a little retracement in towards the upside. If we go to the 1-hour, what we can see is that we have a demand zone situated over here from this high to this low. So let's see if we can trade back into that, see some confirmation, and then continue towards the upside to retrace back towards at least this liquidity over here. Let's see on the daily once again. One thing is that I would have liked if we would have grabbed some daily liquidity underneath this bearish candle, but we actually didn't. And I mean, it's not needed, but it would have been even more beautiful if we did. So for now, let's see what we can get. Let's see if we can get the retracement on DXY and then wait for some continuation up in towards the highs. EU last week pushed down, up, swiped buyers, and then I already thought we were ready for some more sells, but with the geopolitical news that came out on Friday afternoon, we swiped the highs one more time, took out a lot of liquidity. Eventually the liquidity I was targeting for my longs in towards the upside last week. So after we grabbed that liquidity above this highs, we made a strong sell down in towards the downside. And what we can see now is that we have some kind of retracement starting. That's also what I talked about on DXY. And this position is a little bit too big for my comfort. So what I would like to see is if we can get back in towards this 1-hour supply zone that's situated over here. 1-hour bearish chain, and see if we can maybe take a sell position from this zone with our stop loss above this protected high. Afterwards, I wanted to risk to reward aligns beautiful with some open liquidity, not all the liquidity, so that's even more beautiful. We have some room to trade in towards the downside. I placed an alert already, and I'm going to monitor if I can get into a position something like this. Then we have GU. GU last week I had a position with a limit order on this supply zone because also I thought that we would already grab this liquidity over here and then continue down lower. As you can see, this resulted into a rather quick stop loss. After that stop loss, by the way, we did start to trade down lower, so I was just a bit too early. What we can see now is that also together with EU we have a supply zone over here, and yeah, let's see if we can trade back into this and then maybe down lower. The only thing is that we took out some liquidity over here and we are trading in a small supply zone, but we're also trading near the yearly open and in this demand. So GU for me is not the preferred pair, and I would prefer EU shorts today above the GU shorts. But let's see what we can get. Then we have NU. NU traded in towards this supply zone over here that I've drawn last week, a supply zone that took out liquidity over here. We saw a first reaction in towards this zone. We swipe the highs, we break down. And from that breakdown, we swipe the highs one more time. So this is also a strong high for me. And I would prefer to see some downside here. Only thing is, we are trading very close towards this demand zone, and we took out all this liquidity. So I really need to see some bearish order flow start forming before we can get into any shorts. So I'm going to monitor this closely, but also from the USD pairs, this will not be my favorite one. Then we have AUD USD. This is also a rather beautiful trade. We traded above the swing high, so we broke structure in towards the upside. Now this is our high, we break structure in towards the downside. If we can get a retracement in towards this zone, I mean, we're already having one over here, but maybe on the 1 hour, yeah, there is some liquidity still situated together with the daily and weekly open. So if we can trade a little bit higher and then see some confirmation that we want to go in towards the downside, then I would be really happy to look for some shorts towards these liquidity lows. And towards at least the 0.5 to then later see if we can catch some moves back in towards the upside again. But for the short immediate period that we're like this week trading, I am looking for shorts on AU as well. And then we have USD CAD. USD CAD is a really interesting position. Last week we started to create some 4-hour bullish order flow. Over here I placed an alert on this supply zone together with this liquidity still open here. And what we did is we continued down lower. Now what we did is we took out all of this liquidity over here, and now we've seen a 4-hour break of structure in towards the upside. So preferably what I would like to see is that we come back in towards this demand zone over here, this bullish demand zone. So the 1 hour bullish chain, and that from there on we can get some confirmation, and with something like a buy stop maybe trade this in towards the highs, and then eventually trade this towards still this open supply zone, taking out the liquidity that's situated over here. And then from here on, if we get the retracement, we want to see a break of structure once again to continue in towards the downside. Then UJ is still consolidating. Last week on Friday, I took a stop loss on this position that I've been holding for quite some time now. But UJ is just unlucky as of the moment. It's just going sideways, no real structure. And I'm going to leave this pair on the side for a little while until there is more clarity in the direction that it wants to take. Then at last, from the major dollar pairs, we have USD CHF. This plan still remains the same. I want to see a retracement back in towards this supply zone over here. Together with this liquidity still open, let's see if we can swipe those highs, get into this supply zone and see a retracement back down lower, or actually a continuation, because we already saw a retracement over here. And now we broke bearish in towards the downside. And then last but not least, we have gold. Gold last week pushed up higher on a Friday afternoon. We swiped the highs once again, so we broke structure. Now we're breaking structure in towards the downside. What we can see over here is that on the 1 hour, this would be a swing and now you're bearish, but on the 4 hour we were still waiting for this liquidity low to go before we can see some continuation up in towards the upside. But as of now, there's not a lot of clear structure on gold. It's also rather sideways. So I'm going to wait for this one as well to form some better structure in the coming days. Most of the time the Monday is not a trading day for me. But if the opportunities present themselves, then I'm happy to take action. That's why I placed some alerts on EU. So monitoring EU for shorts, monitoring NU for shorts, potential shorts, because this is not the best pair actually. Monitoring UJ or USD CAD for longs, and USD CHF for shorts. And leaving gold on the sideline for now. Guys, thanks for watching today's market outlook. I hope you learned something. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new, because I do daily market outlooks here. And let's join this journey together into becoming the best trader that we can get. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.